Welcome to this short video on our latest analytics workbook brought to you by the team at Maiden. Our analytics service helps iaptus users to unlock the information in your datasets and reveal valuable insights. In this video, we will walk you through how to use the SMS workbook. Updated nightly using your iaptus data, this workbook provides a quick and simple way to monitor your usage of SMS messages and reveal insights relating to how it may have impacted attendance rates. If your service does not use SMS but you'd like to know more, please contact your account manager. To access workbooks in iaptus, navigate to Reports and Analysis and then to the Dashboards tab. You will see a list of all the workbooks available to your service. If you do not see the Dashboards tab, please talk to your super user and ask them to make dashboards available to you. As with all workbooks, SMS opens with a welcome cover page to navigate through the different dashboards. In this case, we have 5 dashboards to explore. The first dashboard provides status information for all the dashboards in the workbook. The second dashboard provides information about the numbers of SMS messages sent in the period, together with message status, length and type. Next, look specifically at contact attendance with or without the use of SMS reminders. The fourth dashboard looks at the distribution of SMS messages by patient consent. And finally, the last dashboard gives a picture of the current status of SMS messages in your chosen reporting period. Above the title, there may on occasion be some orange text, which we use to highlight information to you. This might be, this is a beta workbook, or this workbook is missing certain data we want to make you aware of, or it's a workbook that's going to be removed at some point. Moving to the status dashboard, this page provides a list of all the dashboards in the workbook and whether there are any issues with it. Rather than issues affecting the whole workbook, which will be highlighted on the cover, the status page holds information that affects a particular dashboard within the workbook. The usage dashboard looks at SMS activity by volume, message length and date. Use the boxes at the top of the dashboard to create a sentence that most accurately describes the analysis you require. For example, show me the number of SMS with a created date between the 1st of January 2022 and the 16th of June 2022, split by, and we can select here, message type. Each of the bars will now be split by the type of message you have selected. The plus filters box opens up additional filter options. The options available to you differ depending upon the dashboard and the data being presented. If you need to make changes to a number of filters, we would recommend that you pause refreshes by using the button at the bottom, then applying your filters and then resuming the refreshing by clicking the button again. If you would like to see what filters have been applied, you can click on the I button, which will provide you with a summary. The top left chart shows the total number of SMS created between the dates selected, so 13,627. Underneath, a tree map of the data split out by the dimensions selected above, i.e. message type. The top right chart shows the data split by month, while the bottom right chart shows the messages split by their length in characters. This chart is divided into two, the left side showing those sent as one message and the right showing those sent as 2 or more messages. You can identify whether there are certain types of message which typically just fall into the 2 message category, and perhaps look at adjusting your templates to fit into one message, thereby reducing costs for your service. At the top right, there are some blue buttons. Here we have an information button, a demo button and a help guide button. The information button will identify any filters which have been applied behind the scenes that you don't have access to, or any special calculations. You will be able to access this video from the demo button, and the help guides provide some prompts to remember some of the key points on the dashboard. If you would like to download the charts or the figures behind the charts, use the download button on the bottom right of your screen. The attendance dashboard, Contact Attendance by SMS Reminder Generation, looks specifically at whether attendance varies with or without an SMS reminder being sent. As with the previous dashboard, there are numerous filters that can be applied to limit which contacts are being considered. The chart on the left looks at attendance where SMS reminders have and have not been sent. No matter what start date is provided in the date range boxes, this chart will only look at appointments since the date the SMS feature was first used by your service, which is the first SMS date shown in the bottom right of your dashboard. The data is split into three. The first bar represents appointments where an SMS reminder was generated, while the second and third bars represent appointments when no SMS reminder was generated, split to make the distinction between patients who had or had not consented to receive SMS messages. Please note that consent is given at patient level, so if a patient hadn't given consent and was not receiving SMS for that reason, and then later changed their preference to giving consent, all the appointments reported where they did not receive an SMS would be categorised as no SMS generated but patient consented to receive SMS. The date on which they gave consent is not collected by iaptus. The chart in the top right gives a timeline of appointments where an SMS reminder was or was not generated. Use the parameter on the right of the chart to look at appointments that were attended where the patient cancelled or where the patient DNA'd. The bottom chart shows a timeline of appointments by month broken down by attendance type. Use the parameter to the right of the chart to select those appointments where an SMS was sent or not sent. This dashboard shows the distribution of SMS messages by consent. Use the boxes at the top of the dashboard to create a sentence that most accurately describes the analysis you require. For example, show me the number of patients where the contact date, though you can choose patient registration date or referral date, is between the 1st of January 2022 and the 16th of June 2022 by consent to receive SMS messages. So the left-hand bar shows the number of patients who consented to receive SMS and the proportion and number that did not. If you choose patient registration date, there may be one instance of a particular patient on the chart. However, if a patient has had multiple referrals or multiple appointments and you select either the referral date or the contact date, they will only be counted once in each month. The left chart is the total number of patients for the period. The bottom chart allows you to look at consent figures by various dimensions, for example by gender. This last dashboard shows the status of SMS messages generated. Again, change the parameters to make a sentence that best fits your analysis. Show me the delivery status of SMS messages with a created date or sent date between the 1st of the 1st 2022 and the 16th of the 6th 2022. There are three layers to this chart. The first layer is where the messages are still in iaptus. The second layer where they are with the provider, and the third layer they are with the patient. The first box on the left shows how many messages have been created in iaptus but not yet passed to the provider. They could be pending because they are being sent in a batch at the end of the day, or generated as a reminder for a future appointment and so scheduled to be sent at another time. The second layer includes those queued with the provider. This shows messages that have been sent by iaptus to the SMS provider but haven't yet been delivered to the patient. It also includes cancelled or failed to send messages, where the user has cancelled the message before it was sent. In the final layer, we have those that were delivered, so those that have reached the patient successfully, and also those that have failed to deliver, those that didn't reach the patient. This could be for reasons such as the wrong mobile number in iaptus. Should you wish to refer back to any of these tips, you can find a summary of this information in the help guide built into each dashboard. Simply toggle on and off the blue help guide button in the top right corner to see an overlay of helpful prompts. We are always looking for new ways to support your work, reduce the burden of administration, and deliver the best care to patients. If there are any new features you'd like to see added to this or any other workbook, please contact us via support logs or iaptus Innovations, and we'd be more than happy to talk through the details with you. Thank you.